guys, welcome to a new series. Today we're going to be starting the Final Destination series. So I'm going to be covering the next 6 movies in my review. For those of you who don't know, Final Destination is a 2000s American supernatural horror film directed by James Wan, who I think did Saw. I don't know. No, wait, maybe that was James Wan. He did Saw. So James Wan. Wait, no, they didn't. He didn't do Saw. Never mind. He's known for Final Destination and the X-Files. Did not direct the Saw franchise. I don't know who did actually. Who co-wrote the screenplay with Glenn Morgan and Jeffrey Reddick, based on a story by Reddick. It stars Devon Sawa, Ali Larter, Kerr Smith, and Tony Todd. Rest in peace. Sawa portrays a teenager who cheats death after having a premonition of a catastrophic plane explosion. He and several of his classmates leave the plane before the explosion occurs, but death later takes the lives of those who were meant to die on the plane. So yeah, this series is all about like death and dying, and, like gruesome accidents and stuff. Kind of reminds me of The Monkey. If you haven't seen that, I'd suggest that one too. It's newer, and I will review that at some point also. Okay, let's get started. High school student Alex Browning boards Volare Airlines Flight 180, a Boeing 747, with his classmates for their senior trip to Paris from John F. Kennedy Airport. You know that was a thing, John F. Kennedy Airport. Before takeoff, Alex has a premonition that the plane will face a mechanical failure, leading to mid-air explosion that causes an aviation accident, killing everybody on board. When the events from his vision begin to occur in reality, he panics until a fight breaks out between him and student Carter Horton, resulting in both of them being removed from the plane, along with Alex's best friend Todd Wagner, Carter's girlfriend Terry Chaney, teacher Valerie Newton, and students Billy Hitchcock and Clear Rivers. None of them except Clear believe Alex about his vision until the plane explodes on takeoff. Afterwards, the survivors are interrogated by 2 FBI agents, Wayne and Shrek. Shrek, that's his name. That's a funny name. Who are both suspicious of Alex. After a memorial service, Todd slips on a puddle of water from the toilet and falls into the bathtub while a clothesline wraps around his neck, strangling him to death. And he was pretty close to living too, because he was like reaching for the scissors, but like death didn't let him get the scissors in time, so he ended up suffocating to death. Pretty brutal, actually, even without blood. While his death is ruled as suicide, Alex sneaks into the funeral home along with Clear to examine Todd's corpse, when mortician William Bloodworth reveals that the survivors who escaped from the impending circumstances, and Bloodworth is played by Tony Todd, rest in peace. He died of, I think, stomach cancer at the age of 69, so yeah, that sucks. Reveals that the survivors who escaped from the impending circumstance have disrupted Death's plan, and that Death is now claiming the lives of those who were meant to die in the accident. Alex and Clear are discussing their next move when the rest of the survivors arrive outside a cafe, where Terry's run over by a speeding bus. Mostly off screen, you just see blood splatter. Still pretty brutal anyway. After watching a news report on the cause of the explosion, Alex concludes that Death is reclaiming the survivors in the order that they would have died in the disaster. Nonetheless, he is too late to save Mrs. Luton, whose house explodes after a falling kitchen knife impales her. This scene was pretty painful, because I think she got shards in her throat, and then she had to she was trying to get a towel, but accidentally knocked over knife block, and that knife plunged into her chest. It was pretty painful to watch. Lots of blood in that scene. The remaining survivors reunite while driving through town as Alex explains the situation. So skeptical of Alex's theory, Carter stops his car at a train crossing to prove it wrong. Alex, Clear, and Billy manage to escape, but Carter, realizing his impending fate, is so trapped in his car. Alex manages to save him just before the car is smashed by an oncoming train that knocks a piece of shrapnel from the wreckage into the air, decapitating Billy. I actually kind of like Billy. I didn't want him to die. Billy Hitchcock. I think that was his last name. But yeah, he literally got decapitated by a piece of metal. Brutal. Alex deduces that because he intervened in Carter's death, it skipped to the next person in the sequence. While hiding in a fortified cabin the next day, Alex recalls never changing seats with 2 students, to sit directly next to Todd and realizes that Clear is actually next. He rushes to her house to save her while Wine and Shrek pursue him. Alex finds Clear trapped inside her car, surrounded by loose electrical cables that ignite a gasoline lake around her. He grabs the cable, allowing her to escape the car just before it explodes. 6 months later, Alex travels to Paris with Clear and Carter to celebrate their survival. While discussing their ordeal, Alex reveals that death never skipped to him after he saved Clear. Fearing their struggles unfinished, Alex retreats when a bus collision hurls a parking sign towards a neon sign that begins falling towards him. Carter pushes Alex out of the way at the last second, but the swings back towards Carter and kills him off screen as he says, "So who's next?" That's how the movie ends. So my thought on this movie, it's probably one of my least favorite of the series. I mean, it's not terrible, but it's pretty bad. I mean, it was okay. It was okay. I give it maybe like a 3 or 3.5. It wasn't great. But I think the worst one for me was definitely Final Destination 4. The Final Destination 4. And nothing can change my mind that that is the worst, dullest of the series. So yeah, it was okay. It wasn't great. It was a fun little movie. But it definitely wasn't as entertaining or as gory as the next couple of sequels. I think my favorite one is either 2 or 6. Final Destination 2 or Final Destination Bloodlines. 3 was pretty good also. 4 was not great. Pretty bad. 5 was not great either. But yeah, I'm gonna have to give Final Destination 2000, the first one, maybe like a 3 or a 3.5. It was alright. I definitely liked the second one a lot better. The second one is probably one of my favorite of the series, along Bloodlines. But yeah, I'll be reviewing Final Destination 2 next time, which has definitely gorier kills. But yeah, looks like most people can survive death. Like, you should never cheat death because he's always gonna come back for you. Not that death is like a physical being, you know. I mean, he could be, but not the way they portray him in the movie. Like, he can't control what happens to him. I mean, maybe he can. We don't even know what he is, if it's a he or she or it. But yeah, that's just life. You live and then you die. It's kind of sucks. But yeah, everyone dies. My dog will die. I will die. My family will die. My friends will die. My teachers will die. Everyone I know will die. Everyone I don't know will die. Strangers will die. And all the animals in the world will die. So there's really no way to evade it. You just gotta enjoy life while you can, because you never know when you're gonna pass away. You could be here one day, not the next. But yeah, it's scary, but you just gotta. I mean, there's nothing you can do about it. So yeah, that's life. Life and death, the cycle of life. And I'll see you guys next time for Final Destination 2. Goodbye.